Hey everybody, welcome back to Shock and Schlock. I'm your host, Herschel Gillis, and today it's the return of something. What could it be? The return of Donald Farmer? The return of a shark? My shark exorcist head? You already know what's going on. 2024's Shark Exorcist 2 for the return of Shark Saturdays. Donald Farmer's follow-up to his own film released 10 years ago. Shark Exorcist, a often maligned film, which many would say was for good reasons. I agree, but I think it was a fun movie. I've shown it to multiple people. I've reviewed it twice. And while it is from the low-tier Donald Farmer, I found it pretty amusing, so I was excited for this one. Donald Farmer, of course, is someone I'm a big fan of. Spoken to him several times, both in person, online. We've covered him on the podcast. And yeah. So I was excited to see what the follow-up looked like for this. Happy to say that objectively this is a much better film than the first. It's funnier. It's more well done. The audio still sucks. It still has some issues with going on tangents, but it is a much better film. So, if you've seen the first one, you know what's going on already. A nun is killing people to appease this shark that's possessed by a demon. It was caused by a curse from long ago. Yada yada. A priest is going after it, and yeah, shark kills people in a lake. That's what you get. Like the first movie, the shark is bad CGI. But the CGI actually is much better this time. I don't know if they used a new CGI house, but it looks significantly better. The shark attacks are, I would say about as frequent as the first film, but they look significantly better and are more well done. They're much more on screen. They are different than each other. God, thank you so much for not reusing the same shark clip like the first movie. This one it's changed up. Really enjoyed that quite a bit. The shark goes to hell, and there's the devil and the shark together in the same thing, and it's weird and a hell of a lot of fun. It goes between dimensions and space and time. Super fun. Characters in this movie. Jessa Flux, who has become a pretty well-established face in the B-movie scene right now, is in this. Her dialogue is really funny. I always found her pretty likable, so it was nice seeing her in this. Angel Nicole Bradford, same thing. She's in this, another fellow Donald Farmer alum. And as always, enjoyed her role in this as well. I think all the people in this film, Adam Freeman makes an appearance as a redneck that gets, potentially put out of the picture pretty quickly, but still does a good job when he's on screen. Adam Freeman is somebody that I've also put over. I haven't reviewed Deadly Dealings, his film, yet, but it is a fun movie. He is also, as far as I know, still directing the Scream Dream remake, which is a Donald Farmer movie that we will cover on the podcast eventually. Good movie. And, yeah, casting this, pretty well done. I think the writing's a lot better in this. It's a lot tighter. Dialogue-wise, the dialogue's pretty funny. Most of the time, the stuff you laughed at in this one is intentional, rather than the first one. I feel like a lot of it was like you're laughing at the movie, which has varying results. In this one, you mostly laugh along. It's a pretty funny movie. I would say this is more in line with something like Cocaine Shark, which is also another film that I enjoyed quite a bit. It's sort of an upper echelon, modern sharksploitation movie. There we go. Get the light a little bit better. And yeah, pacing's really good. And despite this, it is around 75 or 80 minutes here. Wild Eye does list on the back of the DVD case this being 70 minutes, which it is not. I believe it's 78 with credits. So thanks, Wild Eye. As per usual, your quality control is immaculate. Thank you. Yeah, it's a lot weirder than the first film. The shark crosses over space and time. There's no shark people in this one, which is an unfortunate instance. I found that really funny in the first movie. But it doesn't hurt this. I think the biggest gripe I would say I have with this film, though, is that it does have a couple of scenes that drag on too long. There's a ziplining scene that seems to last far longer than it should. But the rest, when the nun is chasing people or the shark is, doing its thing, it's quite the fun movie. And even when the ziplining scene and, stuff that drags on a little bit never becomes too much of an issue, in my opinion. I think it's all in good fun. And it's to be expected from, a shark exploitation movie. I wouldn't say this is a top tier Donald Farmer film, even for like his modern films like Cannibal Hookers and Hooker with a Hacksaw. I think those are both better films than this, but I do think this is almost to that level. I give it a 4 out of 5, so I did quite enjoy this a lot. It's a great pizza and like beer movie where you get a group of friends, have some laughs, and then turn this on. It's a good time. It's a good party movie. I think this is leagues better than the first film in pretty much every way. I think even when the film sort of gets off topic with the scenes with Jessica Flex and this sort of almost feeling like parallel to the rest of the film, like it doesn't really have that much to do with it, I think they're still entertaining and funny and they're meta and yeah. Yeah, I actually really recommend this movie. Super fun. I didn't expect to say that, to be honest with you. Despite being a fan of the first film, it's not a film that I think a lot of people would appreciate like I do, but I think this one is a film that's going to have, hopefully, a bigger audience. You don't have to watch the first one to watch this either. It recaps most of what you want. And I know that Donald Farmer's Debbie Does Demons has gained quite a bit of popularity with the Vinegar Syndrome Blu-ray and all of that. And if you liked that film, you might be surprised to see who you see in the end credits of this. So that was pretty cool as well. I wanted Donald Farmer Expanded Universe. Yeah. Everybody in this film always looks like they're having a good time too, and that's something I've said that before, I'll say it again, is always something I appreciate. If the people in the film and the cast and the director and everybody's having fun, we have fun as the viewing audience. And yeah. Significantly better than the first film. Highly recommend picking this up, actually. It's only like $8-9 on Amazon. I will be reviewing Bigfoot Exorcist as well, which is also coming out through Wild Eye in like 2 or 3 days. Also for around the same price point, so I will be picking that up. And when I go to FrankenCon, I'm going to bring these to hopefully get signed by Mr. Farmer, who is a very nice person to speak to as well. Just want to put that out there. Meeting Donald Farmer at FrankenCon last year was a big highlight of that trip for me. Spooky Celluloid and the Sick on Cinema Boys. It was super fun meeting. We got some pictures, bought some movies, and it's a good time. I always like meeting the people that make these and speaking with them, especially Donald Farmer. I've been a fan for a long time. We've spoken, and yeah, always a big fan. Jessica Flex was there as well. Super nice. Like seeing her in this. She's a friend of a friend as well. I won't say how, but she is, so that's cool too. Anyway, tangent over. Pick this up. It's good. Seal of approval. Thanks for watching the return of Shark Saturdays. I know this was a sort of all-over review, but when I recorded this 3 times, I started losing my mind a little bit. So, yeah. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't. Keep your notifications on, and I'll see you guys later this week. Thanks for watching.